Welcome to another edition of the Parents Lounge.
Hello.
I guess so. You're not going to do the music at the top.
You told me not to.
That's not true at all. I said pick one.
You said to go with us. Oh, you mean the background music. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to that.
Yeah, I know. It gets confusing sometimes. I know. And of course, Mulligan's here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night. My daughter's birthday. I was incredibly late. Mulligan was even later. And Jason he's always late.
On time.
What? I wasn't late. I just
Jobo's here.
Oh, Jobo! It's gonna be a good show, Bo!
We actually have a fantastic show for you tonight. We have a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. We have our little parental mental health. We might be actually letting a couple of you people into the show tonight to talk about your problems. I already feel better. Hey, really quick, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like. If you're listening to this on iTunes, please write a delicious review and follow, subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, please like and share our page because we are trying to help every parent out there. Hey, Maureen's here.
Maureen is here.
Usual suspects are here. We have Kira Soltanovich here tonight. She is fantastic. She's appearing at the Irvine Improv on St. Patrick's Day for a monstrous show. She has a couple of specials. She was a correspondent on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. You'll get to know her from everything. She's hilariously funny. We have a lot to cover tonight, and I got a lot to vent about. So, are you guys you ready to start this thing?
Always.
Mulligan.
Always.
Well, let's tell everyone that they have about a minute and a half to go make a delicious cocktail for themselves and then get back here.
Take your cap off.
As we hit this show.
Yingling.
Jason,
Yingling.
would you do the honors, sir?
You got it.
We could have homes on separate coasts, go dive in Greece with squids. Could have been so bleeping rich, but instead we had kids. They won't smile for a photo, they won't eat the food we choose. That's why we're heading to the Parents Lounge to drown ourselves in booze. Every day we're more exhausted, we haven't slept in years. They hit me in the nuts so bad, my eyes filled up with tears. And yes, we'd like to fake our death and go off of the grids, but the truth is we are softies and we truly love our kids. So join us every Tuesday night to laugh at all our pain. Evening in the Parents Lounge is the cure to staying sane.
Welcome, everybody. All right, this is such a parent show tonight. We'll get to where you guys are in life. The whole day was, it was insane, crazy. By the way, Jobo, yes, I am suggesting that you stop and get a cocktail. I mean, some states you can just do a drive-through, I think, right?
I've actually heard he wasn't drinking while watching. I feel like Jobo dropped the ball a little.
Well, it's because he's typically extremely high when he's watching. So
oh, that's true.
Sometimes you don't want to mix everything. I had a crazy day today. It was my daughter's 7th birthday. We'll talk about that.
You had the nicest
Margarita Day. I mixed up. I thought it was National Manhattan Day. That's my mistake. Mistake. Common birthday when it's National Manhattan Day. I'll have a margarita.
I thought it was a national 6th day of a 7-day cleanse day. So I really messed up.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
You're doing a cleanse. We're going to have to talk about that. I'm doing a reverse cleanse. I'm doing a hold. Yeah. I'm going to hold everything in my system for a week and try to, because I think the cleanse part, you don't want to get rid of stuff. You want to hold on to it.
It turns out all that it's wanted me to get rid of is farts. That's all.
Thank you, Steve Hurry. Steve Hurry says I have a great voice.
You do. You also have a great haircut, Jamie.
Thank you so much. I do have a good haircut going, right?
You got a really good haircut. And usually I would be flirting with Claire, but I'll flirt with you instead. Great haircut.
My guy, Eric Mo. That's the guy who cuts my hair. He's awesome. His name's Eric Mo. And 22222 got to celebrate. It was Claire's birthday. By the way, our guest is running a few minutes late. We told her to come in right out of the shoot, but she just texted me and she said her daughter, Claire, lost a tooth. She might be a few minutes late. Isn't that funny?
No.
I feel like we can let that one slide.
I think so too.
Oh yeah.
It's such a parenting show. So I'll start. It was my daughter's 7th birthday today. And so we wanted to make it, when you're the second one, the first one always gets the great birthdays. And I mean, I had to go through photos and there was like a million photos of my, you know what? Let's just bring her in. She's here. All right. We'll get back to Claire's birthday. This lovely woman, this friend of mine who is ridiculously funny, is headlining the Irvine Improv in Irvine, California on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. I think we put it up at the top, and there it is.
Look at her. Look at her go.
Yeah, she's praying to God that she can fill a giant theater-sized room at the Irvine Improv.
Oh, she can. She can.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Please welcome Kira Soltanovich.
Hello.
And she's
Are you in your van again? Are you in your van again?
Again. It's the
I'm
only
obsessed with
place I have privacy. And I have a toilet in here, which is not a lie. I do. I have a toilet in here.
Camping
And
toilet?
What's that?
Is it the camping toilet? Because I've got one of those too.
It's sure. You can take it camping. You could take it to Sprouts or Whole Foods, wherever you want to go. You can take it.
It's just a McDonald's cup, isn't it?
I was gonna say it's a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot, but
It is my kid's toilet, and don't think I haven't used it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But you'll overflow. That's the one thing I learned about.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
You will overflow. Yes, you got to be able to get that Kegel action going and stop on a dime.
So Maureen's wishing this is where we started, Kira, just before you came in. So it was my daughter. We both have a Claire. Beautiful name. Obviously, we like 16 Candles. That's where we got it from. That was Molly Ringwald's name in that movie.
Yes.
For anyone who's under the age of 75.
And my son's middle name is Jacob. Yeah. So yes. Yeah.
That dude quit the business and he makes furniture in, now he's like 108, but he used to make furniture out of Pennsylvania or something.
Still gorgeous. Don't think I don't Google image him. Oh my God.
As he's making a rocking chair, you're like, oh, I'd like to rock that chair with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
So here's what happened today, Kira. So it was Claire's 7th birthday. And because Hannah, the first child always gets really taken care of, a lot of photographs. The second child kind of falls under the radar, you know what I mean? Like she never gets quite as good a day as the other one did.
Right.
So you guys did?
Yes.
Yeah. So
we had the freak of nature twin birth, so we thought we should probably document that.
Yeah.
If it had been a singleton, we probably there would be no photos at all.
No photos whatsoever. We so I really this whole month that we've made, like, it's Claire's birthday month. Huge, like every day for the last week, like 4 days ago, she's like, hey, can we go to Target? I go, absolutely, it's your birthday week. We go to Target, I buy her a toy all week, anything. I go, it's your birthday, of course we're doing that. Did everything. So I told the teacher, I said, hey, I want to bring something by for school. And she said, well, people probably bring donuts or cupcakes. I said, I'll bring donuts. Claire loves Dunkin' Donuts. So I had to get her to school at, I had to leave at like 7:30, and then there was assembly and then recess. So really, I set the alarm and I got up at 5:00 this morning, drove. The closest Dunkin' Donuts is like 20 minutes away in Encino, got Dunkin' Donuts, 4 dozen, came back. My wife, we all got to school. Claire's birthday! Blew it out. Went, hung with everybody, brought everybody in, then picked her up right after school. Claire's birthday! Had a huge thing. She also has a huge birthday party coming this Saturday with her friends. So we picked her back. Then we took her out to dinner. Huge birthday. She had a birthday crown on the whole day. And everybody wished her happy birthday, blew her candles out. Just now, before I was starting the show, she was doing a bath upstairs. And she started crying and told my wife, she goes, I had a terrible birthday. Nobody was nice to me on my birthday today. My wife just came in like sobbing, like she hated it. She's had the worst birthday ever. And I walked out and I said, what happened to your birthday? She goes, I don't know. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right?
And it just doesn't feel that good. And I said, well, maybe it's because it's over. She goes, no, it's just not good. And she's not really super emotional, but I think she got woman, and it's never. And so now my wife's a man. We spent the whole day about Claire's birthday. And then at the end of the day, invariably, it's a giant fight of like, we need help. We can't take care of these kids. Jobo says, I give my kids bills for his birthday when I got 1 year rent, 1 year electric. That way, when I retire, I'll call in on them. Yeah. All right, there you go.
By the way, I really wish you luck 24 years from now when she's having when it's the night of her wedding and she's like, it wasn't the wedding I wanted. It actually won't be your problem though. So there you go.
What are you talking about? I'll be 84. I'll be in a little motorized wheelchair, and I'll move around, and I'll come down.
So wait,
and he'll have a sweet parking spot at the front of the church parking lot. So that's nice for you.
Actually, by then we'll just do it in the metaverse. I'll be in a little fetal position with the Oculus, and I'll attend everybody's wedding. So anyway, yes, Kira Soltanovich was a couple minutes late because tell him.
Oh, because my Claire bled out. So
yeah, you're gonna have to give a little more information, or people are
just leave it there. Whole story.
She was eating a pretzel. And then all of a sudden I turn around and it looks like she just, was in the last round with Mike Tyson. It's like just blood everywhere. And I'm like, what happened? And of course I'm dressed because I have a set later tonight. So I'm like, mommy's all dressed for a show. So I felt really bad. So I'm like, stay back, but let me help you. But get back. This is dry clean only. But hold on, what happened? So, when there's a loose tooth, there's like so much hoopla. It's like this progressive, it's a little loose. Then a few days later, it's dangling by a thread. And then like a day later, it's like crooked and coming down and they can't eat anything. No warning. So I'm a little concerned, but I didn't know it was loose. A tooth came out and it was a bloody mess. And of course, it's always right as I'm about to leave the house. Always. Yeah. I was planning. I told Jamie, I'm going to do it for my car again. I know I told you that because it's the only place where I have privacy.
Yeah.
So I'm about to leave. And now I'm like, all right, get the paper towels and let's hose you down and let's put you in the shower and let's put the clothes in the wash. And, and then she's like, you're still leaving? I go, yes, I'm still leaving. It's just
somewhere there's a room full of miserable people who didn't want to go out, and I need to make them laugh.
That's right. Yeah. I tell them that all the time. There are strangers.
People are dragged out by their friends. They don't want to be there.
They don't want to be there.
They're probably going to yell at me, and I'm still going to tell jokes.
And I'll blame them for not wanting to be there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're it's so interesting because she has really changed a lot these last couple of years because the first year of the pandemic, I was home all the time.
Right.
And she was 4. She was 4 years old. And all of a sudden I'm there every day, 24/7, every night, every, it's books. And I wasn't going anywhere. And now this last year, things have opened up and I'm working and I'm on the road now. And she has turned very possessive. It's like living with a jealous boyfriend where I'll come down the stairs because I'm going out, right? And she's like, oh, look who's all dressed up.
I have a theory. Kira. I think she knocked her own tooth out to keep you from going out tonight.
I suspected that as well. I thought about that.
And she was like,
actually,
that's why you had no warning.
That's the turn. That's the turn for the end of the joke. That's absolutely the turn. Turns out she knocked her own tooth out. Selfish kid.
Yeah.
You're still bleeding?
Keep me home. And you know what? She does have this is why I could never be a lesbian because chicks are psycho. But she does have that psycho chick kind of vibe going, that energy of so, you got all this makeup on and the feeling of it is like, oh, you whore. She's not saying it, but it's implied. Wow, that's a lot of makeup. As if I'm going behind her back with another 6-year-old somewhere, I'm taking another 6-year-old to Chuck E. Cheese tonight. What's her name, mommy? Right? It's this feeling of I don't know.
You come home at night. You come home at night and she sniffs you and she goes, is that Pixie Sticks? She
no. Is that juice box on your breath?
Wait,
mommy?
That smells like a strawberry fruit gusher. Who were you with tonight?
Yeah. and it's getting intense. It's getting really intense.
Ugh.
And my 11-year-old is still like, oh, you have a show? All right, see you in the morning. And she's like, what time are you gonna be home? Like, if she could track my GPS, like, she is jealous boyfriend style. Like, when are you? I want to know. I want to know where you are, who you're with. It's really intense.
It sounds it.
Yeah.
How much do you have to stop at the bank for the tooth fairy?
Oh, I have to remind my husband. He's not gonna have anything smaller than like a 20, which we've gotten in trouble before.
That's what happened to us on the first tooth for Hannah. Was it? This was in the middle of the pandemic. We didn't have anything else, and then unfortunately, she lost another tooth. She's like 20, and I go, oh shit, we're buried. Like, and that was
Well,
and then she cried that night. This was the worst tooth fairy day of my life.
Pretty close.
You got to teach them about inflation, and we're in a recession, and that includes the tooth fairy. You know,
yeah, you can't go back.
You can always say the first
Leslie Wolf.
And hey, Leslie Wolf.
It is funny how they like you can like it seems like the harder you go out of your way to make like everything perfect for them, the more they're like, this sucks. you know, like I just feel like they're so spoiled. They're like, I can't believe we spent. It was the whole day. I spent the whole day like prepping and doing stuff for her birthday, and they're just like, I had a terrible birthday.
It's because it's the cardboard box that the gift came in is more exciting, and you need to remember that.
They have I kept, my wife ordered 2 giant chairs, and so I kept those right around Christmas time, and I kept those and cut a little door, and they had a Ford still in their room next to the bed, and I'll go in and they're reading in the box. That's like their favorite thing of all time, and we can't get rid of anything else. We have to, because the room is just it's like they're like hoarders. We should do a show about kid hoarders.
Kid hoarders? That's brilliant. Let's do that.
It's actually pretty funny. They would go through rooms, and then the kid would be interviewed, and the kid's like, I just don't like letting stuff go, and this is my collection of pencils.
That's my 11-year-old. He does not want to let any little piece of plastic, anything. He doesn't want to let it go.
It's really special to him, right? But that's so special to me.
Whatever like a toy even came in, that's frightening. So I go in there and I go, look, we gotta feed the garbage can. And so I do this like he's 3, like he's 11. He's gonna have pubes soon. And I do this like motion with the garbage can where I'm like, sorry, it's the truth.
Don't you dare be sorry.
Let's feed the garbage can.
Kira,
yum, yum, yum.
Kira, with your dark hair and stuff, that kid's had pubes since he was like 4. Please. He's gonna be bald in a couple of years, is what's happening.
They were both born with mustaches. They were.
Of course they were.
Yes.
Kira, I got to tell you, I don't know if you actually went up first this night, but I met you, or I actually saw you do a show. Jamie had brought me on to an Acme show at the Acme at North Hollywood. And I remember showing up being like, I'm going to crush. I've got friends. I'm a mom. I've got momedy. And you went up first because you were doing another show that night. And the way you murdered, you murdered. You went up first. Jamie, you were hosting. And I was like, I remember you doing a bit about a van. And like, I went up after you. I mean, it wasn't like directly after you, but I was, it's bad when the friends that are at your show are like, that first lady though, huh? How funny was she? And I was like, did you guys like the way I did the new? No, we're still talking about the first. Okay. Yeah. No, she was, you were so funny. So anybody that is watching this has got to get tickets to see you on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, please
come.
Doing Irvine. That, by the way, that's one of the biggest clubs and best clubs in the country. Anyone in Orange County or San Diego and stuff, it's one of my favorite clubs is the Irvine Improv. And St. Patrick's Day, that's going to be fantastic.
I know. Well, my legal last name is Finnegan, so I do have, jurisdiction to perform on St. Patty's. That's right. Yes, I am Irish, legal through insertion. What? No, I'm sorry. This is a family show, and I apologize
I'm on it
profusely.
It's not that family, really.
It's not that family.
It is a huge room, and it's very intimidating. And I'm just gonna I am just gonna. Here's what my yoga teacher in hot yoga said today. She was like, if you have anything coming up in your life, I guess because today was like 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2, right?
Yeah,
so it was the time to make some sort of yoga wish. I don't know, whatever, some sort of magical yoga wish today. But she like talked us through this whole thing, and she was like, I just want you to say, if there's anything that you want, any obstacle, anything big in your life, you just say, watch me. And I was like, woo, girl, I'm using that, right? So I was talking to someone earlier today about feeling Irvine Improv, and I go, my yoga teacher told me to tell you, watch me get about 100 people. No,
I like the empowerment you're showing, though.
I love it, though. All right. Listen, I'm doing hot yoga. I'm not losing any weight because I'm also doing hot eating, but I'm eating. Well, I'm a hot mess, but I'm telling you, it is the cross training of yoga. It really is.
Yeah.
People can't stop talking about it. We're not pushing a huge 18-wheeler truck down the sidewalk, but I feel like I could. do it.
I've been doing yoga for a long time, but I started again. Like I obviously took the pandemic off because I was doing a lot of bourbon. But during the last week, I was like, I got to stop this. I've got to change. So I go, that's it. Kind of cut off the bad part of stuff. And I said, I'm going to do a lot of yoga. And I did it for like 4 or 5 straight days. It was going great. And then I threw my back out on Saturday. And today I just went and got acupuncture and had the dude, he popped. I didn't realize it was coming, but he popped my back out. He like was bending me and stretching me. I get have you ever had acupuncture?
That's not acupuncture, my friend.
That's chiropractor.
It's not a chiropractor. It's called Golden Monkey Healing, and I love it. You got. People might laugh. I'm sure the people in the middle of the country are like, Golden Monkey, what the? It's acupuncture, but he also then stretches. He's a yoga guy, and he stretches. And then my back had kind of slipped and was kind of being compressed, and he popped me open. I mean, he literally, in a beautiful way, he popped me open. And now I kind of know what it's all about. And so I've been crippled for like 4 days. And so I was trying to work out.
You're fine now?
Obviously, my body needs alcohol and not working out. So I'm not buying hot yoga bullshit.
Well, I got to tell you, I used to do hot yoga. I used to do hot 8, and then I had kids, and I was like, I can't do anything hard anymore because being a mom is hard. But I just hearing you talk about it, I'm like, I do remember feeling like there was one class I got a little panicky. There was one class, it was like an hour and a half, and it was all this like, and you're just like, I can't, like it was like my first panic before I can't breathe in a mask. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't think I can breathe in here. The air I can actually chew the air. It's so thick in there.
You can gargle
No one smells good. No one smells good in there.
No, you're not supposed to. No, if you smell good, you're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right. Yeah, it was. Woof.
I haven't smelled good in a long time.
Yeah,
I know it.
I kind of stopped. I don't clean my clothes. I clean my father. I remember like when I was a kid, like my father's closet just had this smell to it, and I was like, oh, old dad. And then I went in my closet, and I was like, oh, old dad.
My dad lives here.
My dad lives here. I just, you reach a point where you're like, deodorant's such an effort. What the fuck?
See, I have to be careful because of the deodorant, because I get the sweaty under boob, man boobage thing. So I really have to keep it. I have to keep cleansed.
I would say use the talcum powder, but that causes cancer, I believe, in under boobage.
Yeah.
I don't need any help there.
No, that's true.
Wait, did we get? Okay, never mind.
So, Kira, you've been doing the road a bunch, huh? You've been doing the road a bunch, Kira Soltanovich.
Not. I wouldn't say a bunch because until it goes back to pre-pandemic calendar stuff, it's not a bunch, but I try to get out a couple times a month.
It's great.
So maybe like 2 weekends a month. Is that a bunch? As a parent, a bunch.
That's a lot.
Oh, okay. I guess a bunch.
When you have kids, 2 weekends a lot. 2 weekends a lot a month, I think.
Jamie, go ahead. You and I can say, you and I can both say how many weekends a month we're touring. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 0.
Well, you know, Jamie Kaler's on every single television show.
I know that
every
helps.
single network,
Nice
so
part.
you don't.
I did
have
do
to
a
tour.
gig. I did actually. He was going to come on. We had Brian Kiley. We did our wine tasting show on Sunday, and Brian Kiley, who's the monster comic.
Oh my God, he was killing it.
So here's what's funny, Carrie. He goes, "We're doing a show out in Beaumont, California, near Palm Springs. It's like 90 miles away." And he calls me. He got added to the lineup, and he goes, "Hey, we're both going out there. Do you want to carpool?" You know, normally, I don't know how you operate. I don't carpool with other
I don't either.
I don't either. I like quiet time. I don't. Maybe not even before kids. It's like at this age when you go on a vacation with a group of people and they're like, "Hey, we should split a room." No. I'm done splitting rooms. But guys still do that, and so he wanted to drive, but only any other comic I would have been like, "No, I'm not doing that." But Brian, I love Brian, and I was like, "Yeah, I can do this." And actually, it was super. We had this crazy, but it was 90 miles to Palm Springs. We left Friday afternoon at 3, 4-hour drive to get.
Yeah, I mean,
I held the show for 20 minutes. It was this like 55 and over community. It was super fun, packed. Tons of these people who were like, "We're not going to be here long, so let's drink and have fun." And it was super fun.
I drove out to Palm Springs with Brian too. He's the only comic that I would do that with.
I told him that too. I said, when he first called, I go, "Ugh, I'm going to have to think about this, man. I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know." Have you had, like, I had a road gig, I won't say with who, but we did Lake Havasu, which it was like a 7-hour drive each way. And it was like he brought me to feature for him. It was early on, and I really didn't even have the time. I ended up eating a giant pile of shit. I bombed because I was supposed to do 30 minutes. It's like, "Can you do 30?" I was like, "Heck yeah." I didn't.
No.
I mean, this was 100 years ago. And so, but about 90 minutes into the drive out there, I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this for a living." This guy like wouldn't. You're like, "Dude, I can't. I'm not gonna make it." And then you're trapped in a car with somebody driving. I can't.
Yep. I have been trapped, and I've been trapped twice where I have been like, I don't know if I will survive this. And one of them, and Steve Middleman is a sweet guy, but he brought his kid.
Oh my
and
God.
I was sitting in the back with his kid, and he asked me to tutor his kid for the 4-hour drive to Vegas.
What?
Tutor his kid. He's like, "Can you just help him with some homework there?" And I
that is
not okay.
Not okay.
That's a hit job.
Kids.
You go, "Absolutely, just so we're on the same page, my rates are $150 an hour, but you email me." But yes, absolutely, I'd love to get some hours done.
It was eye-opening because it was a long time ago, also before I had kids. And then when Steve was on stage, he's like, "Just can you watch him too?" And I was like,
"No, not in Vegas.
Why are you asking the person with fallopian tubes?"
Did he bring you as his feature specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hit job.
Like nanny / website.
I mean, that's actually a great business idea. But no, that was not. And then the second time was this dude who asked me to feature for him. Again, I was super, new and green. And I was like, road work. I was so excited. And we drove from LA. Am I glitching?
No.
You're okay.
We drove from LA to like up past Yosemite to some lodge. And the whole time he had his hand on my knee. And I kept taking it off and saying, "No, thank you." And he kept putting it on. And I'm stuck in a car with this guy for hours. Let
me ask you. Did you look down on the floor and did you see a ski mask, some duct tape, and a tire iron? What exactly?
Yeah, that's what I brought. That's what I brought with me.
I was gonna say, even worse, Jamie. Even worse, Jamie. She looked at his pants and saw there was a dick there. That's all it took. Okay, it didn't even need to be a psycho.
I already knew I'm not driving back to LA with this guy. So now I had to take a 38-hour Greyhound from Northern California back down to LA. It was awful. It was absolutely awful.
But seriously, people, comedy's the profession you want to be in. It's here at all.
Be a clown. Come see me and all of my years of trying to stop male comics from putting their. I had a male comic put his hand up my shirt when he brought me up on stage.
Hold on, back or front? Back or front?
Back.
Now I know it was baby. That's all the.
I was going to say, was it Kaler, and was he doing a ventriloquist
act? It
act?
was Kaler. Yeah, it was Kaler. Got it.
If it's back, it's called Al Franken, and it's okay. The back's okay. It's just an Al Franken, not a big deal. The front. Now we got a problem. We got a real problem, Frankie.
I know.
Louis doesn't like the touch. He just wants you to watch. No. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
or he's like, she's gonna put her hand up her own shirt as she comes onto stage. That's how he would have introduced you.
I would have much rather, and it was at an open mic too, where you're new and you don't know what's going on. And I was like, is this what is supposed to happen? Because I had to buy like a pastry to even do 5 minutes. And I was like, I know, it was such a nightmare.
Oh, I love those. Oh, are you doing the open mic? Okay, so you'll have to get a pastry and at least a soda. You have to spend at least $10 or you can't put you on the stage.
Yeah.
Is that the novel? Was that the Novel Cafe or something like that? I forget that.
Oh, it was somewhere in the valley. It was just
Vanilla Fudge Factory or something. It was another place on Sunset that was like that.
Karen,
those places are all gone because now it's all online. Everyone's like, Jason went in. He went in the metaverse, and there's comedy clubs in the metaverse.
Yeah, I went to a comedy club on the Oculus just a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you put your hands in the comments?
Travis Scott did a concert in the metaverse one night, $20 million he made.
Did anyone die in the audience this time?
Virtually, yes. Every avatar was killed. But that was part of the experience. That was if you got the VIP package with the meet and greet, your avatar was actually crushed, which was fun.
Fantastic.
Offered some realism. Wow, did we go down? Did we down?
We did. I set you up, you knock them down, baby.
Kanye just texted. He wants me to apologize with Billie Eilish that I said something bad about her. Kira, what else is happening with your children? Because I know you can't stay too long because I know you have a big gig tonight that you're going to prep for your big Irvine Improv on St. Patrick's Day.
There it is.
There it is. I'm headlining the Irvine Improv, Patty's Day, praying for a crowd. That place only seats like 800. Shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, is she muted?
Now she's glitching. Now we can't hear a word you're saying. Listen, if you wanted to leave, all you had to say was I want to leave. You don't have to fake mute.
I'll tell you what she's saying. She's saying.
Yeah. You move your mouth and Kate will translate.
Kate, I know you were just about to ask me about my skincare regimen because I've got a face of a teenager. No. Oh.
It all fell
I just want to say my favorite person on the show is Kate. And wow. Oh, thank you, Kira.
You do have to let Kira go because she has a show, I think, in like 45 minutes or something insane.
You're going to say in 4 minutes.
It's in 4 minutes. She's on.
She said she cannot hear us anymore.
She can't hear us.
She said she can't hear us. We can't hear her.
Did you hear us?
She cannot.
No.
All right. Well, you can kick out, and if you get a chance, kick back in. We love you. Thank you for popping in.
Should I tell her break legs?
Break legs
tonight.
Improv. And by the way, thanks for inviting me to come down and do some time on the Irvine.
I wondered when his pitch would hit.
Say, I can't wait for her to have her hand on your dick the whole way down, and you just have to put up with it.
Oh, man, I would love that.
I was gonna say,
put her hand on my Jimmy Johnson. I would love that. Touch the silver fox. Oh, heck yeah, man.
He says silver fox. Ooh.
Wow.
She's so deeply funny.
She's so funny. She did our so we did a school fundraiser at my kid's school this year, and I had her headline it because she murders.
Best, she murders.
Yeah, she literally murders every time. Even now, even today, I was on campus. They were like, "That girl."
I'm telling you that show you had me do at Acme with her. Everybody was like, "So the first lady, huh?" I was like,
I think Claire Kramer might be coming back in. I think we're gonna try to. Can we post the link? I want to do a little parental mental health Tuesdays with some of our audience. Anybody out there? I think we're gonna post the link. Should we put it on the Facebook page on the Parents Lounge?
I've also added the link to the chat.
And there's the link. So we're gonna let some people come in and we're gonna chit chat. So listen, here's how this is gonna work. We've done this before. It's super fun. You have a short leash. Obviously, we'll pull you out immediately.
No, for the record, Jamie, stop. We will not pull you out. You will pull them out. You're just like, well, great. And that's why I canceled Jamie Kaler. What?
Oh my God. All right, Maureen. She's one of our biggest fans. All right, Maureen, let's set the clock. We're going to do a 60-second rant on what is going horribly wrong in your parental life. Ladies and gentlemen, Maureen O'Malley. All right, Maureen.
Hey, Maureen.
We're going to do a 60-second rant on what is going horribly wrong. You're on a delay. Ladies and gentlemen.
No, she's got to mute her actual app.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Maureen, cut right to it. What's the word? What's happening? What's the worst story that's happened in the last week?
Probably the worst thing was I had the flu and my poor husband had to take care of our child the entire weekend.
Oh.
Isn't that just called parenting?
No, I think I had the flu.
Oh.
So he had to step up and do some parenting. But does he work full time?
He's a part-timer. He's a professor. So luckily it was over the weekend, so it wasn't too bad. But
the professor and what's the show? Something in the Professor.
Gilligan's Island. Yes.
No, there's another show. The Nanny and not the Nanny and the Professor. It is the Nanny and the Professor. It's like the 60s. No?
Okay. Well, that's a different.
No, Bo, my parenting life is pretty great, really. Got no complaints about my kid. My puppy is a little demon, though. Yes, we know. we saw the puppy last time. That is a weird thing when your kids when one parent is sick, because that happened to me this week. Like my wife's been working pretty crazy hours. And so I was supposed to do a ton of stuff around the house, but I hurt my back. And she would come in and she'd go, "You didn't get to that." But then you're like, "My back is hurt." So I cut it off at the pass. And before she could even get home, I wrote her this big long text that said, "Hey, listen, just so you know, I tried to do stuff. I'm literally hobbled. I cannot do anything. Please, for the love of God, don't pick a fight with me. I will do all this stuff when I get a shot." And then she came home. She's like, "Okay." So it was a precursor.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
Yeah. Listen, yeah. I was going to say, yeah. I was gonna say we got into something going on with my thyroid. I had to go on a generic, and now it's not working the right way. So I am like exhausted. I mean, truly, I can't keep I will at any point in the day, if I sit down, I'll take a nap. So we got into it yesterday because there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been happening, and I was just like, well, I'm so sorry that my body has betrayed me. I mean, it was, I feel bad, but also not too bad.
Let me ask you this, because sometimes here's what happens then. Instead of back in the old days before I had kids, I would have grinned and bear it, and people would have been like, "How you feeling?" I'd be like, "Nah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be all right. It's okay. It's not a big deal." I kind of rub some dirt on it and put some tape on it. But if I do that, there's no credit. So I have to go the opposite way. And it's like, "How you doing?" "I'm not sure I'm going to make it." Yes. "Can you die from a bad back? Because I feel like this could kill me." I almost have to exaggerate it the opposite way, just so.
Yeah. You're like, type up my eulogy for me.
Yeah.
Get it typed up. Read it slowly.
So how did it end, Maureen? What happened at the end?
Well, what happened for me was my eyes were watering so much that I couldn't even see. And so and I lost my voice, and my daughter, all she wanted was me to read to her. And I just I couldn't do anything.
So wait, hold on. Watering eyes, lost your voice. Are you sure you weren't just super high?
No, I wish.
It sounded to me your description was very Jobo.
It sounds like an edible that you just didn't.
I think it was a combination of flu and allergies, which sucks.
So. That's flallergies, not the flallergies.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that. I'm just gonna steal flallergies.
If you can mix those with COVID, that's called the perfect storm.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. And
we already had that in January. So.
Oh yeah,
so it's been a great beginning of the year for you, Maureen, right?
Yeah.
Really quick, tell everybody how many kids you have and the ages.
Well, I only have one, and she's 1, and she'll be 2 in April. But she was a COVID baby, so she's basically never she's just starting going back into daycare, which has been fun.
She has no idea people have faces. No. She has no idea there's noses and mouths attached to everybody.
I've heard that's a thing where there's a lot of developmental issues.
Yeah. Well, at her daycare, the teachers all wear masks, which is awesome because it makes me feel better. But it's interesting.
I bet they're going to end up being really intuitive and be able to read people's expressions better.
Oh.
They'll also understand what you're saying when you talk like this. I hear exactly.
Somebody can finally tell us what Charlie Brown's parents are saying.
That's what I was thinking.
Susan gets it. Jamie, you sound like a wife. I have to set up my excuses early in case I don't get anything done.
Yeah. Yeah, like a scared wife.
Be that guy of like, but now it's almost like you have to show your partner that you're like, no, I was doing stuff. I heard the garage door open and I jumped up and I started doing stuff because I knew you were coming in and I want to make sure you saw me. Sometimes you want to get credit for stuff. Like,
yes,
my wife I was doing the kids' laundry. And like in the middle of the day, if you do laundry in the middle of a forest and the tree doesn't fall down, nobody hears it. So I like almost waited until she got home.
Yes.
And then as soon as the garage door opened, I walked to the laundry so that I was kind of walking through as she walks in the house. Yeah, I was with the laundry going, oh, hey, you just got home? Oh, I've been laundry.
So I actually
I'll be upstairs.
We're going to go make some margaritas. So have a good night.
Have a good night.
Listen, go make some margaritas.
She's great.
You ready? Let's do our intros, Mulligan. Let's introduce Suge. We got Suge Knight here.
Oh my God. Okay. You remember this guy from this is Suge Knight 323. You remember him from being incarcerated for murder. You'll remember him from probably doing it, but getting out because they said he did it. You'll remember him from the TV show called Kate's Biggest Fan. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my one and only boyfriend, Suge Knight 323.
That is a great intro. Thank you. That's a great intro, Kate. How are you doing tonight? What's up, Joseph? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Just working and taking care of the kids.
Can we all infer by his tone of voice that he is not doing okay? Did everyone else catch that?
He is not okay. He is woo.
Let's all do like Suge did. Okay, yeah. Kate, how are you doing? How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine. I'm fine. It is a happy day.
Hey, and also, Jason, how's it going with you over there?
Okay. I'm doing all right.
That's it right there. The exasperated.
I'm okay.
Just trying
It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
How about your day?
Tell me how many kids you have.
That I know about?
Yeah. Shuggy. Yeah, tell me about the kids that you
I have 4. I have a 19, 18-year-old, and I have a 11-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Yep. How is my Lily?
Man, you are all over the place with development.
Same rental units or no?
What do you think?
Yeah, not 4 different ones, but no, 2. Just 2.
Yes.
I was married twice. Obviously, they didn't work out. But
I was watching a Rolling Stones documentary, and they had Brian Jones, no marriages, 1961, 3 children.
Hey,
3 different women within like 6 months of each other. He was like knocking them out, and they were like, sweet, Brian Jones is going to be worth a lot of money for the rest of the life because, oh, wait, he's the dead stone. Never mind. Anyway, Suge,
nothing, man. I am going through a divorce custody battle. And over the weekend, my kids go to their mom's house. And I found out that my ex let my 11-year-old son stay at Knoxbury Farm by himself as he walks by. Yeah. My 11-year-old son with his 14-year-old sister, her 14-year-old boyfriend, and his 11-year-old cousin stayed at Knoxbury Farm by themselves because my ex left them there.
Okay, Suge? Do we have receipts? Like drop them off. Drop them off.
Just my son telling me. Yeah, my son telling me. That's about it.
Where was he supposed to stay? I'm confused.
She was supposed to be with them.
Yeah, they were by themselves.
They should have. An 11-year-old can't be at a theme park by themselves, Jamie.
No, they would definitely frown out of that there.
Yeah, as he walks by.
No, I'm totally with you. I thought he was saying they stayed overnight, but it was like a just dropped them off at the park.
Yeah,
he just took
a nap in the log flume overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they got dropped off over there, and then they stayed there all day.
Dude,
How are you still going through this divorce?
crazy.
This is like a 2-year. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kate has been part of my whole divorce proceedings.
I'm the reason. She got divorced.
Can we say this is
it from the beginning?
A lot of people who watch this are going through this kind of stuff, and you're always like, it's really hard to handle. How do you try to moderate? You have to go through the court system, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. Well, my situation's a little different. My custody was given to me about 6 years ago. Now she's fighting for custody to get them back, basically. She gets them on the weekends. They live with me. I have full physical custody, but she wants them. She wants to have full physical custody and only allow me to see them on the weekends. So it's a big mess. We're going through a whole thing of court. And
she didn't see it all.
Like leaving somebody at the theme park is not going to go in her favor.
No, I mean,
yeah, it's a lot of. Kate kind of knows the backstory and everything. Yeah, we've talked about it, but yeah, pretty much I'm going through that. I've been going through it right when COVID hit. We were supposed to go to court. COVID hit. They postponed it for a year. The last time I went to court, we did it was on camera and everything, and the lawyers were all arguing and all this stuff, and they set it to April. So now I go back to court in April. So yeah, I'm going through this whole ordeal.
Yeah. The other thing is,
it's a lot.
I just want to, it's a lot. And also, people will lie to get custody. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Very, very, very true.
Minding my own business.
It's still 50%, right? 50% of marriages are going. And I would argue that with COVID, I guess it's a little higher, right, over the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
Statistically, 50% of mine have failed so far.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. But by the way, Shug has a great woman in his life now. So that is. Or no, you don't. Is she gone now? Yeah. Shug!
No.
Oh,
she's cooking dinner right now.
Hey, boom! See?
Yeah, no. It's
kitchen.
No, I don't do that.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Sure, what's the craziest thing that's happening with you and your kids lately? Did you have any crazy stuff?
He's like, currently.
We hear them all. We hear your kids over there going ballistic.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, they're sitting getting ready for dinner. Oh God, what has my kids not done? That's crazy. My daughter in kindergarten tried to take a chair to another little kid because he was making fun of her. My son was constantly getting in trouble. He's in the 6th grade now, and so it's kind of scary. Apparently, he likes older women because he's been asking 7th and 8th graders out. And I'm like, you're in 6th grade. Kind of relax. Yeah, you're not there yet. He got kicked out of his first. He got kicked out of his first dance that he ever went to.
What happened?
Yeah.
He was playing with his friends, throwing water.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't something crazy, but it was his first dance. He was all excited, and then I get a call 45 minutes later. Come pick up your son.
He was on the road with Kira, and he tried to put his hand up her shirt.
That was the guy. Yeah.
It went out quickly.
Yeah. So no, I mean my kids are kids.
Yes.
So they're but they're learning.
That's crazy stuff. Well, you'll have to check back in and let us know how things go because it is funny. I talk to so many other people, and we always laugh, and it's always a joke around here. But a lot of people it's a tricky situation when you're dealing with people where you're not married to them anymore, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, you can't. Like my wife and I will do stuff where I go, why would you do that with the kids? Are you crazy? But we're married, so it's like we kind of work our way through it. But if we were divorced, it'd be like, are you criminally insane? Why would you do that with the kids? The same way she'd probably say stuff to me like, God, I let Hannah go down the escalator backwards tonight. And she's like, you shouldn't let her break rules like that. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I love rule breakers. But that's where married couples you should have to take a test before you get married. And if they don't line up enough, they like the court should step in and go, you two do not belong together.
Are you telling me?
Nobody would ever be married then.
I know, it's true.
Nobody would be married.
There would be no divorce. But Jamie, are you telling me that you did not do the really important step of marriage called pre-Cana with the Catholic Church? I know you did.
Oh my God.
It's the dumbest. I'm sorry, sir. You have never been married. You are legally not allowed to have sex with it. And you're going to talk to me about marriage, sir.
It was a couple that were holding each other, like almost fondling each other. This older couple who were like, thou doth protest too much.
Yeah. They're like,
and they were like, if you're feeling this way. And I'm in the back, like at the time too, I was, late 40s. I was like, I'd never been married. I was just sitting there laughing, like, what is happening? This is insanity. But yes. But then all of a sudden you do get married. And when you all of a sudden, that would be a question on the test. Would you ever drop an 11-year-old at Knott's Farm? No, I would not.
No.
I actually would. We should not be married. That's how that breaks up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of just bad mistakes made by the other parent, and it's just you have to live with it because technically I have no say when they're with her, but then my kids will come home and tell me something and be like, oh yeah, Dad, we were doing this, and I'm just like, okay, like cool, like you were left at home.
Do you think
your mom was out doing
play the parents against each other?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
It's very I did that I came from a divorced family, and I absolutely did that all the time, especially with my mom, because I wanted to be with my dad, and not knowing my dad had problems growing up. So it's I try to make sure that my son understands. You got to respect your mom. You got because he's older. He's 11. My daughter, she's all over the place. But I make sure that my son doesn't do that. You have to respect what your mom says. You have to respect what I say.
Look at this.
Like
Love it. Look at that.
Live on the internet, and they're like, hey, dinner's ready here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super funny. Yeah, kids do that. I mean, they're gonna do.
Boy.
You're not even divorced, and my kids do that.
Shug, I'm so glad to see you. I saw Shug back in December when I saw Jobo.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, come back when we do this again.
I'm always in the chat. I'm just not always talking because I'm doing 20 million things.
Oh, we love
it. Well, thank you. But I'm always in the chat, and I'm always making sure to share your stuff, liking it. But you always got a viewer in me, especially
baby.
It's Parental Mental Health Tuesday, and a lot of times on Tuesdays, I'm like, I can't believe I show tonight. And then at the end of the show, I feel rejuvenated. You guys give a lot of great advice. I take a lot of what you guys say and try to apply it to my life. So you guys got somebody. Oh no, Kate, you give the great advice. You give the great advice.
You should not be listening to us.
Kate Mulligan is giving good advice.
Oh, she gives a great advice. Great advice.
Mulligan, you can also give advice by saying the horribly wrong thing, and then everyone go, well, that's the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The reverse psychology approach. Yeah, that's
you learn from doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, it's like WWJD, what would Jesus do? And it's like WWKD, what would Kate do? And it's like, it's the opposite. You do whatever.
99%, it always works.
I was going to say.
All right. Shug, thank you so much for popping in,
No problem. You guys have a great night. Be safe.
Bye, you too.
It leads by bad example.
I mean, Jobo knows. Jobo, I don't know that you like to stand on, Mr. I'm on my 5th beer.
By the way, Jobo doesn't just write comments. He's like writing diatribes. This is fantastic.
I love it. Also, when he said he said 70% end in divorce now. I think the stats are up, but he says that's why he's never been married. That's why he's just been engaged for 7 years. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Kate is a great leader.
All right, let's break. This guy's been joining us a few times lately. He's a buddy of mine, a really great actor and super funny cat. Sean Patrick Murphy's here. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Oh my God, he's on the road with Kira. He's the guy that had his leg. Hand on Kira's leg.
Keep your hands off it.
Wow. No.
Makes me laugh.
Sports again, huh?
Oh, there he is again.
Here's what
lacrosse
we have.
Practice. My daughter's lacrosse practice.
Lacrosse.
You remember when you were single, you'd be like, hey, you want to go hang out in your car? You'd be like, dude, why would I hang out in my car? Once you're a parent, you're like, car is like, that's like a 4-star. It's like he's at the Four Seasons right now.
I know. But also bathroom.
Yeah. Once I hurt my back, this last 3 days, I was sitting in the car just with the seat warmer on, just kind of.
No, this is nice. It's 50 degrees out there.
It's super cold, man.
They're nuts.
I had my scarf on. I'm so LA. I'm so LA. I had my scarf on earlier tonight.
Yep.
This is why Claire didn't have a good birthday. She's like, oh, my dad dressed like a mime for my birthday again.
Every word of that was annoying though. And then I did this for her, and then I did this. I'm like, thank God my daughter's not in the car right now.
I felt bad for her because her sister has everything. And here's the other thing: her older sister does not like when Claire has her birthday. Like then she's miserable. She's like, why do we have to do this? And even tonight we were going to CPK, which is her favorite restaurant. She's like, I don't want to go to CPK. I hate that place. Every other day she's like, can we go to CPK? But the one day Claire's birthday, it's like she wants to go. You, Claire. It's crazy. Yeah. So they fight. So they were fighting for a while. They were getting, and so this past weekend we let Hannah have her very first sleepover.
Oh man!
Oh, I heard. I wanted to find out how this went.
Is this is at your place? Not you didn't send her to somebody's.
So here's what happened. It was crazy. It was a 2-day excursion. So the other little girl slept at our house, and they had a great night. And then we went to go take her back to the other, and they convinced the other family to let Hannah sleep there. So the two girls were together for almost 48 straight hours. And of course, how do you think that went?
They were done with each other. Yeah.
I go, hey, was there any problem? She goes, this morning it got a little touch and go.
Chippy. It got chippy.
Chippy. It's all worked out. But she was away. So Claire, who always complained, she's like, Hannah won't shut up. I'm trying to sleep. Hannah this, Hannah that, blah, 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 Hannah. And then Hannah's gone for a night, and Claire's like, I can't sleep in there. It's too quiet. And she came and slept in our bed. I was like, dude, pick a lane. You can't. Yeah. And complain about the crazy sister, and then when she's gone, go, oh, this room's creepy. I can't be in here. You got to make up your mind.
That's so sweet, though. I got to tell you, there's part of me that is so nervous about the sleepover phase because I don't know, like if there's older siblings.
She's like, do you even care? And when she said that, I go, oh, that's right. Hannah's not here. It took me a second. I'd forgotten. I made a decision and I stuck by it. Stuck by my guns. But my wife's like, I'm not going to sleep a wink. And she didn't. She was up all night long. Yeah. I was like, it's oddly quiet. The morning was like super peaceful and quiet in the house. And I was like, oh, this is why people only have one kid. I get it now. I totally get it.
Our three do not need each other to sleep. So we're good with that. There's no.
Do they over, Sean?
We got really lucky. So my 12-year-old does, but she goes to her friend's house because her friend is an only child.
Oh, nice.
So even her parents are like, we'll take her. And it's like, well, we could take your daughter can come over. She's like, you've got the other ones. Don't worry about it. So she's always just going over there. And she's got a pool.
Did she work out a deal with him? She's like, I need you to just get me out of there.
Yeah.
What?
Did she work out a deal with the other family where she's like, I need you to get me out of my house?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I get so nervous when there's like older siblings. Like if no offense, Shug, if you're still watching, but if Shug was like, hey, why don't you have your 7-year-old come sleep over with my 7-year-old? I'm like, you got a 12-year-old there. I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it.
I still won't have boy babysitters. We've had families who've offered us like, oh, my son's 16. I go, yeah, that's not happening. And they're like, really? And I go, no, I was 16. No, it's not happening. No.
What about gays?
Like, really? You're going to be like that? You're going to judge people? And I go, yeah,
yes,
I am.
Sure I am.
Yeah. I'd rather
I know me. I know who I was.
Wait, what? No, I'm not. I wasn't like that, Kate. I wasn't.
Awful. I feel like I should get off of this. I need to get off this thing right now.
I know a lot of stuff in this world, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been around. Hey, I was in the Navy. I know some things.
What? Are you being abducted, Sean?
Nice lighting, by the way. Nice lighting.
Sean's actually
don't pull
just
away.
Like, no.
Do not pull away. Yeah. I just can't keep. Hey, by the way, I'm going to name drop. My pre-Cana with my wife, the young couple, the newlyweds that were there to help you along in the process.
Yes,
for
that's
us,
yeah.
was James Gunn and Jenna Fisher.
You lie.
I'm not. I sat and
You
had lunch with them for 2 days before he did and this was before she did The
Gunn
Office.
is he still married to Jenna Fisher?
No.
Were they married? Were they married?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
Had James Gunn made any movies yet?
No, he had done Slither. He had done Slither.
Slither?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Because now James Gunn is like,
oh, he's huge now. He's enormous. I mean, we were clearing stuff out of our attic and we came across the pre-Cana stuff, and I have both their signatures on the last page.
eBay. Sell it.
Had she been Pam yet?
Yeah.
No, this was just before she got The Office. Okay. Like literally the 6 months before she got The Office.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're probably in your head like, wow, that poor lady. She's so beige. She'll never get a job.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, you're in Hollywood. You're really okay. Well, best of luck to you.
You are. Fascinating. Okay.
At that point, I still had a full head of hair. So I was like, I'm good.
Hey, there she is. This whole thing, right? Is this?
Yes,
is this
that's it. She's doing lacrosse.
How was lacrosse?
She can't hear you. I've got these things in.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want you guys saying things like talking about how great your birthdays are.
Smart. Ours on the team, or is she just going through the motions?
First game is Saturday.
Oh, by the way, we have to be there at 7.
And we have to be there at 7 in Moore Park.
In the morning?
What colleges offer collegiate scholarships for women's lacrosse?
Only that white kids go to.
Purchase.
I think that's all of them. I named them all.
Colgate.
Yeah.
Maybe George Washington.
Johns Hopkins.
Johns Hopkins, definitely. Johns Hopkins, definitely, actually. And Syracuse. Syracuse, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like Georgetown.
Yeah, no,
We're
probably.
Getting to an age, actually, Sean, I have a question for you. We are getting to an age where stuff is starting to conflict. And I never remembered it, but I actually remember making choices. I was in band in 7th grade. I played saxophone. And then it came to soccer season, and the soccer practice was at the exact same time as band practice. And they were like, you have to choose. And I go, I don't want to choose. I want to do both. And they go, you can't. And so I chose soccer, and I stopped playing saxophone in the band. But now my daughter, all of a sudden, two things are colliding where it's either pick one or the other. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. Have you had to deal with stuff like that?
No, nothing's collided yet. So, and my first reaction to that was, oh, good. Okay, your dance stuff and lacrosse and the singing don't collide. So I'm going to be driving you around for 7 straight days.
Yes.
That is. Yeah. That's absolutely true.
We got to retort. We got to retort.
She's claiming that the games haven't started yet.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And Saturday.
And sometimes Saturday.
Okay, so that's 5, Sean.
5. I have 2 other kids. All right, so
that's 15 days a week. Wait, how do you? So let me ask you, like even today, some days I'll have to go drop the kids off at school, then go back, pick up one. The other one's going to something. I have to take her to the other practice and then take one to her mathnasium, one to a music lesson, one to soccer practice. And then all of a sudden the day goes by and I'm like, wow, that day's gone. Is that how every day is to you?
There's a lot. Yeah, there's quite a bit. I mean, today I picked my 6-year-old up, then picked her up. And then we drove down to Brentwood for Declan's lacrosse game and left 5 minutes before the end of that game to come up here for this lacrosse practice in Tarzana.
20 minutes late.
So it's just cake. It's a walk in the park.
I just want to say Declan, with the name Declan, they're definitely getting a lacrosse scholarship. Don't worry about it. Declan Patrick's going to be fine.
We planned way ahead.
Declan Murphy, right? Is that what it is?
Murphy. Declan Boyd Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah, Declan's going to be fine.
Declan's one of my favorite names of all time. And do you know what famous musician is named Declan McManus?
Probably Bono.
Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello's name is Declan
Yep.
McManus.
I feel like every answer is
Declan Aloysius McManus.
I believe so. I believe it is. Yeah.
well.
But by the way, you should sign that kid up for either Irish step dancing, Lord of the Dance, or hurling. Hurling is the Irish sport.
Only if they conflict. So.
Yeah, by the way, everyone on this panel know what hurling? I'm sure Sean does. Do you guys know what hurling is? The Irish sport of hurling?
I'm thinking of
They have
curling.
it looks like a field hockey stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a club. And then you run around, you pick up the ball and swing and hit it out of your hands.
Okay.
And it's wood. It's like a wooden, and you smash other people.
Quidditch. Got it. Okay.
It's Quidditch.
It's
rollerball. If you could kill people, like Irish hurling is one of the most vicious sports. They used to play it like once a year on ABC. Wild World of Sports. Jim McKay.
Yeah. Irish blank is always the most Irish drinking. Irish. I mean, it's always the most deadly of anything. You know what I mean?
Irish. Maybe we should all go down to the Irvine Improv to see Kira Soltanovich on St. Patrick's Day.
Nice. That was a good vlog. That was solid.
There it was.
Perfect.
John, do we need to let you go? You want to get out of here?
I do. I got to start driving. So thanks for letting me pop in. Always
Thanks
fun.
for popping in.
And always enjoy you guys taking up this hour for me because I'm just sitting in the car doing nothing.
I know.
All right.
Thanks for coming in. Super fun.
We should have an only car show. Only people in their cars can call in.
One of our other stalwarts, Dave Keckner, is on an incredible tour. We got to promote that too on our page too.
Yeah, we do.
DaveKeckner.com because the guy from Anchorman and The Office and the Goldbergs and everything is super funny. He's all over
the guy from the Parents Lounge.
That was, man, he just brutalized me for an hour and a half. He just verbally assaulted me the entire time.
Jason Goin.
You want to sample my semen going? I'm like, I'm good. Thank you.
Bert Kramer was working tonight.
Yeah.
Or she was at a dance competition or a world-class soccer match, or she was at a Buffy the Vampire Slayer autograph signing. I'm not sure. She was at something.
She looked good. She sent us a picture.
Yeah, she was rocking it.
Kramer, she rocks it, baby.
Clint Kramer still look good, baby.
What else? I kind of encapsulated my week with kids. Jason, how was your crazy? Jason's the wild card, you know. He's the one who, when I talk to him during the day, he's like, dude. And it's always, he shows me a video because he has got the Ring camera on his front.
Yeah.
And it's him like dragging children up the steps.
Yeah.
Or, you know, burying somebody he murdered in the front yard. Something. It's a weird Ring camera.
Yeah, you never know what's going to be on there.
I also feel like Jason is definitely somebody who sits there and like gives us empathy when I'm like, I'm tired because of my thyroid. And Jason's like, oh, my wife who had a stroke can't use her right hand. So I had to cook dinner. And while I was cooking dinner, my twin put my balls in a cheese grater and I had to go to the ER. And also, did I mention my 6-year-old son? I mean, like, it's just always like, and you'll just sort of drop it in later. I'm like, well, I guess I didn't have a bad day.
No, I felt that way about Shug, actually.
Yeah.
My wife and I
Shug felt like my people, actually.
Yeah,
Shug's like, oh, no, you're fine. Your life's fine. He's like,
yeah. Shug's like, you went to a CPK? Woo! You eat fancy, honey.
I always go to HLN anytime I feel really bad about how my life's going, and it's some murder, like Killer Neighbor or Forensic Files, or like, and it always opens with like, Tom thought his life was perfect, but it was, Tuesday morning happened, and then he's murdered. You're like, oh yeah, I guess my life's not as bad as I thought it was.
I actually think that's what's amazing about Jason is it's like it started off as a normal day and then he sat on the toilet. Turns out his 6-year-old was playing a prank, had unplugged the toilet seat, had unscrewed the toilet seat. So that Jason smashed all of his junk and had to go to the ER. Don't worry. It was his second time in the hospital that week because his heart's malfunctioned. I mean, it's just like...
But I don't ever lead with it. Like I always just, I don't want to like.
That's what I'm saying. You bury the lead, so then we look like the assholes we actually are, and that's unfair. Stop calling us out.
I think that's part of my charm.
let's agree to disagree.
Fits fair. The twin assholes locked my wife Jason and I out of the house. We had a couple of nice days. I was grilling. We have one of those Blackstone flat top griddles. We were out there grilling. Jason always helps me. And my wife turned around to go back inside and found that the door had been locked by the twins in just the 30 seconds she came out to bring me the hamburger rolls. And they stood in the door laughing at her, the woman who birthed them, and refused to let her in. So we had to break in the screen and put Jace through the window to let us in.
Okay, this is, at some point, it's you. This has been Mulligan. Every week, the dude gets locked out of his house by his 2-year-old twins. At some point,
I feel like this is an attack against their mother this time because
it doesn't matter.
You need to put them in a kennel. Jamie and I have a solution for you.
Outside the house.
I'm all ears because if you've got a solution, I would like to implement.
Take the key and put it outside the house. Hide a key.
Okay, that's what Kayla went with. My suggestion is get a kennel for both of them. When
we have that, but then we took some heat off from that when we were putting them in there. And
okay, other option: drive them to Knott's Berry Farm. Leave them there. Do all the grilling you need to do. Go back and get them. There's a lot of options here, Jason. I don't want to hear any more.
Would the public library? Can I just drop them off there for a little bit?
Move the lock to the top of the door.
Yeah, yes.
That might work, actually.
Dude, here it is, Mulligan. You know the electric fences they do? They do the electric collars with the dogs, and then they wire the property. Wire the doorknob. Put a little collar on the kid. If he touches the doorknob to lock it, he gets electrocuted. But he gets enough of a jolt.
Electrocuted?
Yeah, no, he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is electrocution in some degree.
Yeah.
Harry and Marv, baby. Harry and Marv, they got it right. Make the doorknob really hot.
Yeah.
Or put a bunch of paint at the top of the stairs and then sorry, I'm just going over the plot.
I feel like if I listen to some of this advice, I'm going to get a visit from Child Protective Services.
I got to tell you, you call the police to tell them you're locked out of your house for the 4th time in a week. You're also going to get a call from Child Protective Services.
It was 3 weeks ago the last time, and it only has happened twice. Well, 3 times.
How about if they touch the thing, it squirts them in the face like a spray bottle?
Oh, yeah, like with acid or water.
Not acid, but definitely salt water to really sting their eyes, like something like stinging. Oh, like bleach or something. It shoots bleach at them.
Isn't that blind?
Yeah, man, I don't know. Maybe not bleach. Maybe bleach was the wrong thing. I don't know. Maybe just
bleach is what cured us from COVID, right? Wasn't that
what? Mulligan.
Okay. It's just spitballing.
I slid a Tide Pod down into this beer when I started earlier.
That's a new challenge. So every week we go, what's new? He goes, my kids locked me out of the house.
Kids locked me out of the house.
It's not like they're 16-year-old crafty kids who are like designing new locks.
They're evil 3-year-olds.
They're 3.
So together, but together that makes them a 6-year-old. That being said, they are evil. I'm not
also, I dabbled in the occult and the paranormal, and I do think that something from Amityville crept in during the birth, and I don't know 100% for sure, but I have reason to believe that Dave Schrader could back me up that well, Jamie, you met them in person. There's something wrong with the one.
One's fine. Yeah, one of them's fine.
Yeah. The other one is not. He looked at Jamie like Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs.
I can never tell which one is the Dark Lord. I gotta tell you, I think because the Dark Lord, he actually was just like in a picture.
And Dustin lies his real power, because when we did the live show in Pennsylvania, I talked about, because I did a joke and I said I don't play favorites. I just don't care for the little one. And I showed the picture and they're like, "Ah, boo," and they booed me. And Jamie's like, "You just got booed." And then Jamie explained how Satan works and how he comes as a beautiful angel. And then afterwards, I did have 2 parents say to me, "I'm sorry, we judged you. We didn't think about the Satan thing."
Yeah, and Satan's not going to show up like an ugly monster. He's going to show up pretty so that you let him in.
That's what I love, because Kate has twice now seen pictures and picked the wrong kid as the Dark Lord.
I'm like, oh, I know which one's the Dark Lord. Yeah, because Logan will actually sometimes look evil. Like there's a picture where Logan's like, and Anthony's just like, and I'm like, well, I know which one's the evil one. It's the one with this evil face. You're like, wrong.
It's the beady-eyed one.
I don't know, man. I gotta tell you, I got sympathy for the new stuff of like the toilet seat. The first time you got locked out, the Dr. Pepper cans, them being rascals at a doctor's visit, and you having to drag them. Both had to carry them in like some sort of competition that involves like log rolling. I understand all of that, but fool me once. You know what I'm saying?
I was cooking, so it was actually my wife that they locked out, and she was not happy. And Melissa is very even keeled.
Outside of your house?
What?
Do you not have a key outside your house?
Well, we can go around to the other door that's like electronic. The lock is electronic. It's just I'm lazy and fat. Jamie. I don't want to do it.
That makes sense then. Then, by the way, the toilet prank. When you said the toilet, you like claimed it as the famous toilet. Like, they pulled the famous toilet prank on me, I think is what you were kind of saying. And then you were like, yeah, they unscrewed the bolts, so the whole seat fell off, and I caught my nuts in the seat and really hurt.
And the wiener.
I've heard that before. Like for
yeah,
me,
what did the Queen's Gambit? Evan
the
called
Queen's Gambit. Yeah.
Got the Franks and Beans. Got
yeah. It was the royal jewels and the
staff.
That
one. I never heard of one where they released the toilet seat. The one I heard of was you took saran wrap and just covered the toilet. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Oh, yes.
So you sit on the seat, but the saran wrap, whatever you're putting in, it ain't going in.
Yeah, they call it that. They call it the technical name is the Persian trampoline, but
Wait a minute. Oh, I never heard of that. Is that true?
That is a real thing. Yeah.
The Persian Mulligan, tell me.
Upper decker. I've never heard of the Persian trampoline.
Upper decker.
I believe upper deckers. Upper decker is like another one where you shit in the toilet tank.
Mm-hmm.
A Persian, I believe, by the way, they prefer it to be called Iranian trampoline these days. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm just
Mesopotamian, the Mesopotamian,
the Mesopotamian.
Or it's the magic carpet ride, I believe it's called. I'm not sure.
The other.
Are you guys familiar with the chocolate crock pot?
No.
Jason, where you're cheering, where you go into somebody's hotel room, you take a dump in their toilet, you don't flush, and then turn the heat way up, and just leave it.
Stop it, Jason.
It's called the chocolate crock pot.
Oh, this is like all those memes. I'm like, tell me you're from Pennsylvania without telling me you're from Pennsylvania. Jesus Christ, Jason.
I've performed a chocolate crock pot a time or two in my day.
You said it's in a hotel.
Yes, that's the crock pot is solely a hotel thing.
How do you get into someone else's room?
I would have called that the 5 Seasons.
He's good.
That's a T-shirt, baby. Let's do it.
That's good. I would have called it nope. I don't have anything. I would have called that the embassy shits. I don't know, guys. I got nothing. 5 Seasons can't be beat. Dude, Jason.
Yeah.
How do you get? Here's something. You're telling me your twins can lock you repeatedly out of your house and you don't know how to get into your house, but you know how to get into someone else's hotel room? Come on, man.
I'm very persuasive to hotel staff, Kate. I'm very unassuming. I look like the little boy from Up. I'm basically Russell as an adult.
You're basically the Dark Lord, is what you're saying.
No, well, I mean, there is some genetic disposition that some of this might have come from me.
I haven't seen that in a long time, but I have watched Encanto 57 times since Christmas.
Still haven't seen it once.
Oh my God!
Oh, really? Well, when you do, you're not going to want to talk about Bruno either.
Encanto?
Yeah.
So Claire's birthday party this weekend is an Encanto birthday party.
Oh,
and so we have and she loves tacos, so she has a taco piñata. She has a taco hat.
Sorry, Susan.
Party of some sort, which makes me laugh.
You know what else? You know what else she has? Innate sense of dread. No, an innate set of dread. An innate sense of dread for how bad this party's going to be. She knows. She knows.
I had a terrible birthday. My wife came in tears. She's like, she just came and told me she had a horrible birthday after she missed work. We did everything for her. I went to Dunkin' Donuts at 5 o'clock this morning to take to her school.
It's funny. I feel like, well, I got to tell you, I do feel like I definitely have been a person who's like, there's something that I'm being like very genuine here. The Jewish culture, when it's Passover, there's like the questions that they ask. And the first is, why is this night different than all other nights? And I feel like that is always something I take with me. I'm like, when it's my birthday, I'm like, why this day should be different than all other days. And if it's like a Wednesday and it's like you got homework still, it's always even if you go out to dinner, even if they sing happy birthday to you at Pepe's, even if you get like, it's just always like, it just wasn't different. It was just the same. Like, I get that. I like really I might be clear.
We've been buying her presents for the last 3 weeks, right? So my wife cannot wait until Christmas morning. She opens stuff early. It's just who she is. And I'm always the opposite. God, Seinfeld used to have a joke. He goes, the best place on earth is the next in line at the bank, not at the teller. There's something comforting about knowing it's coming. And it never lives up to the expectation. I keep trying to teach my kids that. I go, put it off. It's going to be there. Stop. It doesn't have to happen now. Sometimes the waiting is better than the immediate gratification. It doesn't work. But she doesn't get that. It's not how she works.
No.
So it's hard because she was like, I didn't get anything for my birthday. I go, you got like 7 presents over the last 2 weeks. We got all these things for you. And you're having a party Saturday. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
See, we had a thing this year, and you kind of touched on it a little bit with Hannah, that Jace was very upset about the quality of the twins' birthday this year.
Competition.
He was like, how come I didn't get the sex rubber sheets?
We're going to save that for next week. We'll save that story for next week.
Okay.
But he came to us after, and he's like, I need to talk to you. And I said, okay. I have a problem. And I'm like, all right, lay it on us. Why did my brothers get a much better party than I got? And I said, well, if you recall, COVID was being a little bitch and kind of set us back. We couldn't do a big party for you. But because it was COVID, I'm willing to give you a party in the summer, which you don't normally get, doing a fun outdoor activity that you normally wouldn't get to do. So I kind of tried to pad it.
Yeah. It's tough.
Was that the right way to handle? Do you think that was a good way to handle that?
Yes.
So it's funny.
100%.
You said the same thing. So Claire's birthday was at school all day, right? She was at school, and Hannah was upset because Hannah's birthday is in August, and she was like, I hate having it in the summertime. And I go, what are you talking about? You have a giant pool party on your birthday. This poor kid's freezing cold in February. Yeah. Like, nobody's fucking happy with what's going on, and it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
My sister's birthday is June 2nd. So without fail, all 4 years of high school, she was taking finals on her birthday. Without fail. Like, that's a legit shitty day.
That's my sister's December 23rd.
Dickie just sold a movie to Nickelodeon, a Christmas movie to Nickelodeon about a girl who hates Christmas because it's her birthday. She's like, it's my birthday. Like, why does everyone else get to have a happy birthday on my birthday? Like a happy day on my birthday.
I think if that was your birthday, wouldn't you just go, look, my birthday is now July 25th.
I mean,
I would just move it.
Move it too.
July 25th every year. And I go, I don't care. We used to celebrate Christmas when I was single and bartending in Santa Monica. We would do it in the middle of January. And just go cheap. I would stay here, work all over through the holidays, make a ton of money. Everything dies in January anyway. I'd fly dirt cheap as opposed to some crazy price in December. And we'd all just get together for that weekend, and we would have Christmas. And nobody was like, this doesn't feel right. Nobody cared. But people, my wife's always like, no, it has to be on Christmas Day. We have to. And I go, why? That's in your head. You're saying it has to be that day, but it's about family, and it's about being together and about community. And it's not about like that. That day is not even a real day anyway. That day was chosen from other things that happened before then.
dare you, sir?
Stop.
That is I've got the birth certificate.
Randomly true. No, it's not random. Long story, but yeah. Hey, listen, it's almost 8:30. Mulligan, really quick. We started the show this way. We're gonna finish it. You're doing a cleanse? What?
No, I'm doing a cleanse, you guys. Basically, old boy's about to turn 30 here, and old boy does not look good. And so I thought, you know what I need? I'm not like, if I was like, okay, I'm just going to exercise every day and eat healthier. I'll be like, great, I ran. So now I'll eat all the Cheetos. Like I just, for whatever reason, I need to throw money at the problem. So there's this company out here called Creation, Jamie with a K, Creation with a K, unclear why it's a K. It's great. They do these food cleanses where it's like you get juices, but it's tons of food. But I'm doing a 7-day cleanse because I'm like, I just need to jumpstart I've been off alcohol, weed, and food that doesn't make me fart constantly. I mean, it's like tonight, my dinner was hummus with carrots, with celery, and with cucumbers.
And I don't understand the words you are saying.
But I'm down 6 pounds, which isn't great, but it's the jump start I needed because now I sort of like have a better idea. I'm like, oh, okay. Like it sort of like resets your taste buds too. Like the dehydrated strawberries they let me have one day. I was like, this is the sweetest thing I've ever. Like when you've only been eating quinoa, it's like, oh God, this is the sweetest thing I've ever tasted. So I maybe don't need popsicles anymore, Yes. Yes.
Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
It's exactly right. Listen to yeah. But it's not, it's like truly like I'm not hungry. And like some of the smoothies they give you are delicious. But yeah, it's been a long 6 days. Yeah. But I'm happy to report. I really genuinely thought I was heading down the path of a drinking problem. And giving up the drinking has been the least of my issues.
Sure.
Really?
Yeah. Like just walking away. Because like, I think I just got to the point where I'm like, oh, today wasn't fun. I know how to have fun. I will drink like every single night. Like truly, I got to tell you, I'm on day 6 of not drinking. I have not gone since the pandemic started. I have not gone 6 days without drinking. It's not something I've done.
I did it a couple times too, and it felt great. And then
then you go right back.
I went back, but I also, I know it's a slippery slope. It's a
slippery slope. But I do feel like
has your life been like that? I'm a binger. I love to binge, and then I binge this way, and then I binge that way, and then I binge 100%. That way, that way. It's absolutely like that, and I go through phases. I'm always amazed at people who are so consistent. Aren't you?
Yes. It's not my way.
I totally. They go, they just have this glide to them. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've always, even when I book acting work, I book it when I'm in my highs. I can feel my cycles where I'm crushing it, and then I can feel my cycle where I start to go down, and then I kind of disappear, and then it comes all back up. It comes in waves, and that's how I've always done it. Yeah, I know.
I don't think I realized how much like I eat out of boredom or like comforting myself.
Sure,
like, that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I'm just like. Because I'll tell you what, there is nothing that I love more than a Coke from McDonald's. Fountain Coke from McDonald's is
Carl Nelson says, my daughter's birthday is early December. We did nothing about Christmas until after her birthday, and it worked. That's awesome, dude.
That's awesome.
That's smart to do.
That's really smart.
It is a tricky thing when you start to get with birthdays. I have a friend who's, New Year's Day, and you're like, terrible birthday.
Yeah. Yeah,
I have 2 really good friends whose September 11th is their birthday, and every year
their birthday's September 10th now. I hate to tell them that's what their birthday is now.
It's like, my mother is February 29th. She was a leap year baby. She only had 1 year.
She's so young.
We did. When she was 84, she was 21. We had a big sweet. We had a 21 birthday party when she was 84.
So sweet. I know. I have a friend that had a leap year birthday. I remember we were in college, and he was turning 7, I think.
So awesome. Hey, listen, all right, we have gone again before the show. I was talking to Jason. I'm like, we got to just wrap it in like an hour, 10 minutes. But all of a sudden, it's so cathartic.
Yeah.
And again, I was kind of begrudgingly like, I got a show tonight. And then as soon as the show's over, I feel great talking to everybody. So
you're getting this going here.
Yeah,
You get
yeah,
to
yeah.
some-
They're
Maybe
fun.
you're gonna feel great until you get off the show, and then your wife's gonna be like, "Really? On your daughter's birthday? I'm dealing with her crying, and you had to go do a show. Really? All right, Jamie.
She's
All
leaving
right."
town tomorrow. It's just going to be me and the kids starting tomorrow. So yeah, I'm kind of. She's dealing with her own.
Man.
Well, everybody's dealing with their own insanity.
Hey, Jamie, what's your policy with people coming over and swimming in that awesome pool of yours?
It's not an awesome pool. It's a little pool. But yes, please. The back gate's open. Just help yourself.
Okay, thank you. That's great.
Bring the
That's
kids
great.
over. Actually,
I will. I actually.
we're hanging. We should.
She was just going to come by herself, but
I was like, oh yeah, the kids. Yeah, no, right. I'll bring the kids. Yeah.
This has all been virtual, whether it's Claire or you or Jason. So yeah, we gotta this summer we gotta start getting everybody together and do some of these shows and stuff. It's super fun. So hey, really quick, let me plug Kira Soltanovich one more time. If you are in Orange County, Southern California at all, fantastic show. St. Patrick's Day would be a great way to do it. If you're listening to this on iTunes, do us a favor, please subscribe, follow, write a review. If you're on Facebook, please like, follow, and share. And if you are on Twitch, I don't know what's happening over there. I don't know. I know we're on Twitch, but I don't know.
If you are on Twitch, you are probably playing a video game. So have fun doing that. That's right. Yeah.
Right now, you're shooting me in the head with a missile. So enjoy. Yeah. Son of a gun.
Coming up Thursday night, we have a special show with Fielding Edlow and Larry Clark. Fielding Edlow, you'll know from BoJack Horseman, and Larry Clark from Twin Peaks. And they have a show together on YouTube that is hilarious called Bitter Homes and Gardens.
Bitter Homes and Gardens. And
that's what I said, bitter.
I know, but I was pumping it.
Bitter.
Super funny, weren't they? They were hilarious. She's filthy, by the way. Filthy.
Oh yeah, the story about her behind the Met is woo.
Yeah, she gets dirt. She's dirtier than you, Mulligan.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
Did you have to talk to her after about stopping saying cunt?
I knew she couldn't. God dang it! We gotta stop saying that word, man. You can't do it.
I know. Listen, I know you said that to me, and I gotta tell you.
No, I know. Then before it goes to iTunes,
I have to go in.
All right, everybody, listen. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get her out of here quickly before she does it again, and you have to do it twice.
Also,
everybody, go ahead.
Next Tuesday, from Step by Step, Family Guy, and director of the Goldbergs, Christine Lakin, will be joining us in the studio live.
That's awesome. All right, let's bring it back in. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I feel good. We call it our Parental Mental Health Tuesdays. So I hope everybody took a little something out of it. We're all in this together. And remember, whatever you're going through, somebody else already got through it, man. So pick your head up, Google it, and you'll hear a bunch of miserable stories. Because we love our kids, but it can be a little tenuous at times.
A little tense.
All right, we love you all. We'll see you next time here on the Parents Lounge.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Shug. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Maureen.